Phill Laven is the chairman of DVB and hosted the Connected Content Clinic. Phill, what's the ideal future in terms of the technologies we're using?
I'm not convinced there is an ideal future. There's certainly no single future. We will never come to say, okay, this is the eureka moment. We know it's all going to be done this way or that way. I think we will live with a multiplicity of ways of delivering content and consuming content, and the decisions will not be made by the investors in the technology. The decisions will be made by the consumers who will say, this is not what we're looking for.
So what are the significant challenges we're facing then?
Well, I'm not a betting person, but I do know something about horse racing, is that if there were 5 horses in a race, you might think you were really clever by betting on all 5 of them. But you won't. You will win, but you will lose much more money. You actually have to choose yourself what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. That may be right, it may be wrong. You just may be prepared to do some U-turns, because U-turns will be necessary. You know, you look back over the history of technology over the past 30, 40 years, and you see people who've made terrible, terrible mistakes. And what they've actually got to do is say, okay, when we see it going wrong, don't just keep persisting, be ready to change.
So how should technology vendors be thinking?
Well, technology vendors typically say, we've got the solution, here it is, you must buy it and run away with it. That's not the way it can work. The people buying from the technology vendors, you know, the business end, if you like, they don't know really what's going to happen either. So they've got to be agile, light on their feet and flexible.
So what sort of things need to be done to enable a pervasive connectivity?
Oh, pervasive connectivity requires huge investments, right? Huge investments. It needs lots of spectrum, which probably isn't enough spectrum to do everything that everybody wants. Even if you took all the spectrum in the world and threw it all into place, you still wouldn't be able to do everything that everybody wants. So there are sort of limits to what can be done, and people will be restrained and say, okay, well, all right, as we see at the moment, Wi-Fi networks are a key element with your smartphone. It opts to go to a Wi-Fi service rather than 3G or 4G, because that's the only way of doing it, because we've run out of spectrum.
Phill, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.